The simple explanation is that the scientific method is at the core of everything the party does. And so its long-term plans for the development of China in every sphere is operated on the basis of a developing vision, which may or may not be currently needed, but will be needed in the context of a 100-year plan that they have, and that each of those sectors are the subject of the development of mechanisms to deal with them that will be sustainable. It's not based on a politician's whim, a media attack or anything like that. So if you come to the issue of COVID, which is the Chinese have a ministry for natural disasters. Why do they have a ministry for natural disasters? Is because when they inherited the government of China in 1949, it was pervasive everywhere. Natural disasters, epidemics were everywhere, all sorts of problems were everywhere. If a flood or a drought happened, it had disastrous consequences for millions of people's lives. The first thing they had to do was to get nature's consequences under control. So they put together a Ministry of Natural Disasters. And that would probably have said, as we now know, that this is a dangerous transmission-based disease which could kill millions of people, that it needs to be contained and controlled, and the methods to use are probably similar to those used in the SARS outbreak in 2002, 2003. And then attached to that will be a proposal of what needs to be put in place, which would have been a national lockdown and a complete containment of the province of Hubei, and in particular the cities where the outbreak was considered to be most risky. Then they would have been identified in that what resources need to be moved in to do what actions, all there, and that would have included what became known to me as 40,000 doctors and nurses drawn from all over China, who were predominantly experts in respiratory diseases. The Chinese system is very regulated, very mechanical. It can move very fast, but it also has procedures to go through. And this would have a procedure, this report, to go to people who service the State Council and service the Standing Committee of the party. And they would ask a lot of questions in preparation for the review by the top leaders of China. So whatever that system is, and which I don't know, and I don't think anybody outside China knows, in fact I don't think anybody inside China knows except a very small number of people, whatever that system is, they begin to produce that report and present that report ready for presentation to the top leaders with a probably 1 or 2 day briefing by the doctors, the scientists, and the people concerned about the social and economic consequences of what's about to happen. We're kept relatively confidential because of the system. The system has to be allowed to make the decision at the top. And that's not a bunch of wallies sitting around going, yes, okay. These are well trained. These are all the top leaders of China have spent 30 to 40 years developing a great deal of experience in just these sorts of crises. None of them are new to it at all. So you get to the situation where the decision is made and then everything happens. The messages go out to the 40,000 in a very speedy form. They're told which airport to be at for collection. The Air Force, the airlines are told where to have the planes. It's all extremely well organized. Their takeoff times, their landing times, everything will have been organized in advance before the decision is made at the top. It's a phenomenal operation. So when a senior member of the British government system asked me what it was that the Chinese were doing and what was the lessons for the British, I thought that would be a very difficult question to answer. How can you take such an enormous operation and reposition it in the UK context? We don't have a Ministry of Natural Disasters. I doubt whether anywhere in the UK there is a list of doctors and nurses involved in respiratory illnesses. The scientific method lies in the Chinese approach, great respect for education, great respect for analysis, and the Marxist method, which is that you shouldn't take steps on the road to economic development unless they're thoroughly tested and checked non-ideologically. Will they produce the answer? Deng Xiaoping said, it doesn't matter whether the cat is black or white. What he was saying was, you better make sure it can catch mice.